Hello and welcome. This is Mark Borscht bringing you the weekly market rundown for the week ending July 18th and the week starting July 21st. So just a couple of announcements here that I wanted you guys to be aware of. On Tuesday, CPI data is coming out at 8:30 and existing home sales coming out at 10. These are market movers, so something to pay attention to. Thursday as well, jobless claims for June are coming out, and new home sales are coming out, as well as durable goods orders on Friday. So some economic indicators to watch for. Some earnings releases coming out this week. Monday starting off slow, but Tuesday you can see we've got a bunch of majors here: Verizon, Cola, McDonald's, Credit Suisse, Apple, Microsoft. With earnings coming out on Tuesday. Wednesday, we see Pepsi, Boeing, AT&T, Facebook, Gilead Sciences, Qualcomm, all of these with earnings reports coming out. Thursday, we have 3M, Union Pacific, Ford, Caterpillar, General Motors, Amazon, Visa, Baidu, Starbucks, all reporting earnings. So those are the main ones that I'm going to be watching going into the week. Now that we have some of the earnings, we know what's coming into the week, the earnings. Here we are. So reviewing the NASDAQ over the last week, you can see that we hit a top at 96.30. And you can see an obvious uptrend here. Just nice uptrend here. You can see this high at 96.30. So we hit a high this week. Thursday, Malaysian in a flight got shot down over Ukraine-Russia border. So that's what happened here. So we had a little bit of a gap down and a sell-off into support near the $94 area. Next day, Friday, we opened up higher, so we gapped up here. We closed on big volume near the highs here. So we'll see if we have some continuing bullish momentum going into this week. We've got some geopolitical concerns, the Ukraine-Russia war and the Israel-Palestinian conflict that's escalating recently. So that's what NASDAQs are looking like. We had a couple of earnings come out this week, but geopolitical concerns here took most of the attention here. But we had a nice bounce on big volume on Friday, so we'll see how that leads into this week. The Russell IWM, which follows the Russell 2000, you can see here is in an uptrend, overall uptrend, but you can see back on the 7th of July, it broke that uptrend. When was this? Sorry, the 8th of July, closed below it, and it's just been moving down slowly, coming towards support. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive red days respecting the trend line here. You can see on Friday that we closed with high volume near the highs, near the top of the trend line resistance. So we'll see on Monday and this coming week if we can break back above this resistance here, and if we can move back slowly towards the highs. We've also got a nice volume on here, nice gap up, close high up here. We pushed right through the 114 resistance, the next resistance around 116. So that's what we're looking for with the IWM. Dow Jones also hit new highs this week, 171.32. Overall uptrend. I have an inside bar over here, so you can see came down on Thursday and Friday. We have nice inside bar near its highs on huge volume. So this suggests that we might see a reversal to this down leg, and now we might see a bullish momentum coming into this week on the daily for the Dow Jones. And last but not least, the SPY. Two, three, four. So now the SPY, still bullish on it here. You can see that overall we're still in a bullish uptrend. If we zoom out here, you can see that forming some nice support, higher lows. So low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we're still making higher lows, and we're coming into this resistance here. The high set at the high of 198.29. Friday's action again, big volume, gap up and close on its highs, engulfed a couple of days of action here. So 1, 2, almost three days of action here on big volume. So again, we'll look for a continuation, see if the highs here are tested and broken. If that's the case, then we'll be more long biased. So we'll see if this is broken. Now we've got the support right on here, which if broken, we've got some support here. If this support is broken, then we'll see. Watch out. So that's what we're looking for on the major indices. Some of the earnings plays this week. Coca-Cola, you can see here it's been ranging. Making higher highs slowly. There we are. So 1, 2, and the high here is 43.43. So we'll say about there. That looks like. So we'll just extend this guy out here. Apply. Great. Also broke out of resistance here. And 39.05. So Coke still making its way. 42.49. This 42.5 level needs to be broken here. 42.5. If that's broken, we'll probably see a move to 43 bucks. So that's what we're looking for. 42.49. I'm gonna go ahead and say nice whole number 42.50. So if this guy's broken, 42.50, long biased. It's Coke. Apple here. Still in an uptrend, still bullish here. We just announced good news with IBM. Earnings coming this week, so we'll see how Apple reacts. It's right near trendline support. So what I like to see here is this right here. So trendline support, gotta bring it up like that. Great. So it's hitting here, and if I just extend this to the right, you will see that we had nice 1, 2, 3 days of red action. Now in support, we see a nice green. This is a nice change of guard. And if you look at this, we have an inside bar candle here. This one's got big volume, so we're looking for a break of this or a break of the high. 94.74. Push us into 95. hopefully bring us back towards the 97 level, which we seem to have some resistance around. So right around the $97 level, that's where we might see a bounce. If news is good, if earnings is good, we've just recently had good news. So this is a nice to see that. Didn't break here. We had a nice change of guard with high volume, so we might be going back towards nice bounce off the trendline resistance. Rather, sorry, trendline support back up near the highs. So that's what I'm looking for with Apple. What else do we have on here? We have Microsoft, which is reporting earnings again this week. So Microsoft has a nice little flag pattern going on right now. If I can zoom into this chart here. There we are. So we had a nice big wide range day here. Gapped up the next morning, sold off. Low of 44.25, low of 44.25, which seems to have held. So you can see that there's been accumulation off of these lows. Came down into these levels, couldn't close under, got bought back in, and again here tested it, couldn't break, and got shot right back up here. So I'd like to see this little flag pattern break here. If that does, long biased with a goal of the high here, 45.71. That's what we're looking for on Microsoft. 2, 3, that's all on this guy. We have Caterpillar reporting earnings this week as well. So again, we have nice uptrend here. Price has just been bouncing around this level, 111 level, a small channel here. Nothing really much going on. I'd like to see a break, just a break over the high is where I might set an alert, see if anything happens over there. Price is coming towards 111.46. And just say around here. Great. So looking for a break over there. CMG, Chipotle, you can see we broke out of nice pattern down here. Came back near its high. Came back to 600 resistance, and it's kind of just been hanging around here. And you can see around these lows, what are we down here? Low of 579, low of 580. So we're making a higher lows slowly here. You can see we had 3 down days, 1 green day near resistance. So I'm thinking 600 bucks gets tested this week. So we'll watch for that. If that's broken, maybe 622.90 by week's end if there's bullish sentiment and the markets agree. Ford also coming out with earnings this week. So we're still in a bit of an uptrend. 14.4. So we still following trend into the $18 resistance. $18 looks to be like a pretty big level for Ford here. So let me just zoom into here and see what's up. What was our highest point? 1802. So 18 bucks. Looks like it's our resistance here. We couldn't close above it. So $18 whole number resistance. That's what I'm looking for. Retest of this. See if we can break above it. News is good if earnings are good. We might see a gap up. So we're respecting the trend here. Overall in an uptrend. Nice little range forming here. Overall you can see started a nice trend here, coming up, retraced back into it. We've just been hugging trend line, coming into neckline resistance around 18 bucks. So we'll see what happens for Ford into this week. Tesla reporting earnings this week. Kind of been a bumpy road for this one right now. 265 and I want to say that's our support. Now that we're here, okay, so Tesla, what am I looking for here? 245. I haven't really watched Tesla much, so I'm not too familiar with this stock. Most familiar for me is Apple and SPY. Usually, I'm watching those throughout the day. So Tesla, we have previous support. Looks like we're basing out here. See, we had 3 down days coming into the green day, green close with Tesla. So you can see that we're forming a little bit of a base here, 2413. $214.30 down here, a little bit of a base. Close green, I'd like to see a move back into here. Most recent swing high, if that breaks, you can see that also comes into here as resistance. So this is a nice target here. If it does come back into here, look for it to push back up, I'd say into around 240. That's Tesla. GM, again reporting earnings this week. Still in an overall uptrend. And what happened over here? So it's just very simple. You just draw in these lines. Okay, there we are. So now you can see GM came up, bounced off of trendline support, consolidated around the $38 level. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 days of selling. Fridays, Doji here on high volume. Still closed under resistance. You can see we closed below it. Then we came back to the top of the range. Now it's resistance, so support becomes resistance. So once we see a break of this on volume and a close above it, 38 is the next logical target, and if that's broken, then we might see a push up higher into 40s. Visa, same story, general uptrend. This might be looking like a retest of a breakout. Yeah, you can see it right around here. 215.75. $215.75. So we broke out after several months of consolidation. April, May, June, July, broke out here. Okay. This is beautiful. This is actually, I think this is going to be a continuation for Visa if we see good news. Broke out of the 215 over 215.75 resistance, made a high over here, $224.75, sold off a bit, came back and retested the breakout, and then got shot out right back on big volume. So I think this thing's going to be a slingshot right back up into resistance around the 225 area, right back near the highs of here. 224.75, 225, I think it's going to be a high. Push into here. If we see a break above 225, 230, next whole number resistance, very attractive. So I like to see, this was a nice bounce on big volume, so I'm thinking this is just going to get slingshotted up if we have good earnings. For Visa, Verizon, similar to Visa, nice uptrend. $50 resistance broken. And you can see that we've got some resistance over here around the 51s. So broke out over 50 bucks, hit 51, rejected 51, and now we're in a little bit of range between 50 and $51. You can see as we come down into the lows, just got bought right back up and closed near the highs here on Friday on bigger volume. So again, we're looking for a continued move up. You can see some support here around 51.45, 51.50s. So we'll look for a push into those areas into this week if we have good earnings. Facebook, another one that I'm looking at. Really like Friday's close. Thinking it means quite a bit because we're looking at the $70 resistance. Beautiful resistance. You can whole number resistance, 70 bucks. Right here. See, it's a big number. So you can also see that we've been playing around the highs here. It's our high of this 68.44. So 68.44 was our high here. 68. So we'll change this to 68.44. Apply. Okay. 68.44. So we broke out of this resistance. Okay, with Facebook, with nice volume. What would I like to see next? I'd like to see a push into $70 and a nice close above that on volume. That could push us into our highs here of 72.59 and even higher possibly. So Facebook again looking attractive. Can have our initial resistance, secondary resistance at 70. If you see a move, sustained move above that with volume to show support of the move, then you can look to go long biased and definitely capitalize on that. Another thing I want you guys to notice here is that Friday's candle just eats up about since June. It was, this level was originally tested on June, late June. And this candle just demolishes, just gulfs up all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So one good thing here is if you see a channel breakout in this sense with huge volume, break above, I'm already long biased on this, but if I see it break over the 70 and close over the 70 on high volume, then that just reassures me that we might be headed up with some strength. McDonald's looks like it's in need of a bounce here. Zoom out. You can see we've been pretty bearish recently. So there we are. Oops. So I'll draw on some trend lines just to get some general ideas. So you can see here we had a nice uptrend, which was broken. Tested resistance, couldn't break above. Again, tested resistance, couldn't break above. Now we're sitting at 99 bucks. Nice again. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of red. As we came into support here at $98, you can see volume decreased as we're coming in. So you can see that selling pressure wasn't as big here. Then this big volume move here shows that there's some interest at these levels to buy around the $98. You can see this was previous resistance right up here. Bam, resistance. This was support as well. So this is the big level. $98 is a big number for McDonald's. So now what we're looking for here is, because on Friday we closed green near the top of the range here. Okay, we're looking for continuation, maybe a test back into this trend line resistance here around $100.88. That's what we're looking for McDonald's. GM we already covered. Facebook already covered. Visa. Now our final charts here. Gold, GLD follows a price of gold. So whenever the markets are red, gold is usually up. So this is what I'm looking at. You can see here, looks like we're more of a channel than anything. I'm drawing this channel here, so right around here. Into the 130s. That's what we're looking like. So nice downtrend. So support comes down in here, becomes resistance, couldn't be broken through. Support bounces into resistance, comes down in. This is then broken, comes and makes some new support, and you can just see here, retested, broke back in. Now use the support, bounced, now broke out. Now we're trading a bit sideways here near the top of the range. So follow it here. We'll see what happens with gold, and if any of the situations with the geopolitics worsens, you might see gold make another run. BlackBerry, that news with Apple killed it. I mentioned that I thought it was gonna fall when I saw this candle 1122. Made a nice report on it. It ended up doing exactly what I thought it would. This close confirmed lower prices were coming, and then Apple news came out Wednesday after hours or Tuesday after hours, and you can see Wednesday just plummeted here. Thursday again came down in here. You can see reversal candle right here, so big selling into this candle here. So this looks like a reversal candle. What I'm looking for, if it can break 1014, you can see it came into 1013 but couldn't close above. If it can't break over this level 1014, then I think we might wash back down into the lows here around 970, 969, 965 I'll say is a low. If it can't break above here, and if it's trading down around the lows, if we see that break under 965, probably see a fade into $9, then back down into 820. But if this level is broken, 1050 is where we might see a run back into. So that's what we're looking for in BlackBerry. Google as well has earnings coming out this week. As you can see, coming down into here, $600, big whole number resistance. And Friday's action just absolutely engulfed. Last time we saw this kind of volume was in October on this gap up here. So we gapped up, came down into here. I believe this was a split. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, you can see after it came down into here, low of 511, it's just been grinding up slowly into the 600s. Finally broke over that on big volume on Friday. So we'll see if Google makes a nice push in this week. So we'll be watching for that. So what's a big number here? I'd say around the 630s. Low of 636. Around 636, I'd say, is where we can aim for if we see good news come out for the rest of the sector. Best Buy as well. See, it came down in here from 32 bucks. 3 red days. Now it looks like it's finding some support around the 29.5. Couldn't close over it. Sorry, under it. 22.5. What am I looking? Sorry, 29.45. Support, and we're looking for $32 if we have good news for the sector. Volume, nothing too crazy here. What I like to see is at the bottom of a downtrend, 3 days, basing out. Range is tightening, bigger range, smallest range. This is an inside bar at the bottom. Volume is higher than it was for here, so we might see a bounce into the 32s. This is a great risk reward. 15 cents for about $2. So Best Buy also looking like a pretty nice option going into this week. If you see this level hold, and if we see some buying pressure coming in around here, which might push us into 32. So that's what I'm looking at this week. Going into the week, some earnings. Again, watching the economic indicators, paying attention to those. Again, you can follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Oops. Just come right on over here. At BORSZCZM. You can see here that I do post quite often during the days, intraday posting. So you can see here back in Friday, some of my posts. This Apple worked out. It went to 94, I think $94.73 before it collapsed and closed, I think around this level, 94.51. This 5-minute flag worked out beautifully though. You can see here, this was the flag right there, and it came back into 94.50, so that was a great. Oops, I meant 93.80 here, but you can see that came into 94.50, so that was a great trade, especially if you use options. So, I'm just looking for patterns intraday, breaking support or resistance, and just posting them on Twitter. So if you're looking for trade ideas intraday, follow me up. If you're looking for more of possible swings, longer term action, and intraday analysis, you can check out my website, stockmarketdrillbook.wordpress.com. I'm going to be looking to get a domain name so I can take the WordPress out, thestockmarketdrillbook.wordpress.com. So hang tight with that until I make those changes. It'll remain the stockmarketdrillbook.com. So you can see here, post my video analysis and post some blogs, daily blogs. I try to keep it updated. Market rundown happens every weekend, and then during the week I like to post a little bit of analysis here and there, what I'm looking at, watch lists, etc. during the week. So check out the website as well. Follow me on Twitter for intraday commentary and analysis. Follow and subscribe for the emails every time I post on the stockmarketdrillbook.wordpress.com, so you can get these videos as I post them. And that's it. So I'll be signing off tonight until tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a good trading day. Till then, take care. Have a good night.